there's only one place to start. That is in Germany, where Bayern Munich are minus 134 favorites, hosting Barcelona plus 280. The draw here is plus 350. Of course, these odds brought to you by Bet365. Barcelona, they are plus 199 expected goal differential per 90 so far this season. That's the second best in Europe's Big Five leagues, behind only PSG, who play in a much easier league. So read into that as you will. Bayern's right with them, plus 1.79 expected goal differential per 90. That's the best in the Bundesliga, which is just completely overserved to start the season. Union Berlin in first, Freiburg in second, Bayern in third after 3 straight draws in domestic play. But their expected goal differential per 90 is the 4th best in Europe. These are 2 heavyweights. And the 3 of us, if you've been listening to this show, we tend to bet against Bayern Munich. And it's not because we think that this is a bad team. We just think that their price is often often inflated. And it looks like it is here. You're getting near 3-1 odds on Barcelona, who are trending in the right direction and have been ever since Ronald Koeman left. So I'm going to do something that we do often on the show, and then we often regret it very quickly on a Tuesday afternoon, and that's bet against Bayern Munich. I'll be on Barcelona on the money line here. BJ, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going to be on Barcelona plus half a goal at plus 110. I mean, we all know the history between these two teams, right? The 8-2 thrashing in the semis in 2020. Bayern destroyed them both meetings in the group stage last season. Only one of those, Xavi was in charge, and it was only like his 6th or 7th match actually in charge. So he didn't really have a system going the way that he wanted to and get off the ground running. Well, now, since Xavi has taken over, since November of 2021, Barcelona is about a plus 1.1 XG differential per 90 minutes. Bayern Munich over that same time frame is about plus 1.55. So essentially Bayern Munich's been about, a 0.45 or half a goal better than Barcelona. Well, then when you take into account UEFA coefficients, like you already mentioned, like the Bundesliga has been way down. It's been trending down for the last few years. Basically, Bayern Munich's the only team that's holding it up in European competitions. I have Spain rated about 0.42 goals better than the Bundesliga. So that kind of makes up. So basically I have these two teams even, like dead even on a neutral field. So then you take into account that Bayern Munich's best striker, Robert Lewandowski, a 1.08 XG per 90 minute striker last season, is now at Barcelona. That makes their attack much better. They added a ton of pieces in the offseason. They got Koundé, they got Andres Christensen, they got Kessie, they have Rafinha. Like, this Barcelona team is much, much better than it was last season. They didn't really lose anybody either. And now, Bayern, listen, they're off and running. Their offenses looked good in the Bundesliga. I know they have 3 straight draws, but like you mentioned, the XG is still really, really good. They were good against Inter. They probably deserved to win that match. They kind of dominated the box score 1-2-0. But for minus 134 at home, essentially with 2 teams that are even, like you're getting value on Barcelona no matter what it is. And what striker who knows Bayern Munich's defense better than Robert Lewandowski? I mean, Upamecano and De Ligt is kind of a vulnerable defense. It's not what you would consider elite among Europe's top 5 leagues. So I'm taking Barcelona. I have value on them. I'm probably going to regret it because Bayern Munich has thrashed them the last 3 meetings, but I have to do it. There's value on it. So I'm taking Barcelona plus half a goal at plus 110.
Lewandowski, plus 137 anytime goal scorer, 5-1 to be the first goal scorer if you're walking down Narrative Street. In this one, Anthony, you want to bet Barcelona, but you just can't get there.
I'm close, but I can't get there. And Bayern, Barca plus a half, plus 100 is out there, and I'm very close to that, but I'm not quite there in the number. You have to think about why I think Bayern has dominated this matchup. And the reason, number one, just more athletic, better athleticism, better work rates off the ball, just a generally younger group of core. Now Barca has worked to change that, and they've gotten younger. They've gotten better. I'm not sure that they've improved that much out of possession. And that's the one thing that scares me about this matchup here, because Xavi's system did get exposed in the second meeting too. And Barca was playing for their group lives. Bayern had nothing on the line in that match. And yet Bayern had no problem tearing them apart. Bayern is kind of built in a way with the transitions being as lethal as they are, that Barca's weaknesses kind of feed into what Bayern wants. And so I thought I was going to get a better number here. I thought the market would like Bayern more. The market has loved Bayern in the first group match, and even going into the Bundesliga, they've been pretty overvalued in my numbers for a long time, but especially so in the last 2 or 3 months, even going back to the end of last season, where I thought they dropped off a little bit in the second half. And so overall, Barca don't like the stylistic matchup and don't like the number quite enough to get there. Now, if we got to a 3/4 or a 1, Bayern gets steamed up, say 150, 160, then I will get involved on Barca. But as the current number sits, I don't love a side in this match. I do, however, like the under. I think it's a little inflated. Of course, with these two teams, I could read off the attacking numbers and how impressive they are, but those are based on situations where the opponent is going to let them have the ball a lot. And I think in a match like this, Barca, we'll see how they look. They're not going to have as much possession. I'm a little worried about that. That's the one thing that scares me here. But I think Barca out of possession a little more. Bayern not going to have as much dominance as they're normally used to. The total seems a bit high to me. I was expecting 3.25. We got 3.5 minus 115 to the under. That would be my play for this match right now.